Yo, that super bad blue blood moon on January 31st that just passed. It's pretty crazy to sit outside and watch the eclipse from behind the clouds. Then there was a moment where the moon slowly grew into a red blood moon. And so this time lapse captured how it moved across the sky back into a full moon. Crazy times ahead cosmically, man. Groovitate episode 2. Mixtapes after 1, Love is Real volume 3. We had the original Blade Runner playing in the background, and I thought maybe I was going to DJ and then dance at the same time, but I just opted for just a mix. Shoutouts to Mega Man.
That race is doomed. The real lesson is to learn to love.
Mind you, I'd just gone back from Osaka, Japan. I'm starting to feel a bit sick. And I tapped back into the sickness of drinking fizzy drinks. Bloody hell. So I'm going to have to apologize in advance. Most of this video was shot this way, so you can have the upper bit missing, cut off. But I've zoomed in just so that it's a little bit more watchable. It's all a work in progress. And you see I'm freaking off of that drum pattern. It's causing me to swing back and forth. Oh, there's the Kundalini uprising. And the RSA fingers. RSI, sorry. I mean, yeah, why not? Why not dance with your clothes, you know? Like, that's where like hat tricks and that came from back in the day. Yeah, Michael Jackson used to dance with his top. Yeah. Give the illusion that your coat's flying away and shit. Don't mind me, I'm just drinking instant coffee. And in the clip now I'm drinking some Coke Zero. What a fake DJ. So I guess, you know, when you're checking out a song you've never heard before, trying to tune in to the emotion of it, to the feel of it. You know, how does it make you feel? So, I don't know, from listening to it now, it felt sad, but now it feels like we're going into some like Ricky Ross kind of vibes here. I can see it in my face there. It's just like, I've got that funk face, yeah, that ugly, like, ooh-wee kind of face, yeah, and that's just sort of how I interpret music that I like. Goose! So transferring from a down bop cadence to now sort of floating and waving at the top, but staying grounded at the feet. To begin switching it up, start bopping the knees, changing my posturing. using animation, robotic technique to flow with those vocals. Doing some tracing up there, unfortunately you can't see it. It's a nice position there, I wish I kept on going with that. Messing with the Smurf. Playing with the 3/4 coat like that. Gestures that I take from my rocking. So in this groove there's just a lot of posturing, kind of just cooling out. You listen to that cadence, the syncopation, it's like that's what I was kind of animating, boogieing to. I'm now broken away and just doing some footwork. I knew that there was going to be I anticipated a crash on the one, which is what I get from the background of rocking and up rock. Now I'm tuning into the bass. Always messing around gesturally with like some weird shit around my heart, you know, imagining that I'm like cutting a slit there and then unfolding the front cavity out so that the heart is exposed, and then I would follow the 90-degree lines that my hands can make, fingers. Hey. So I'm just trying to groove through that basic drum pattern. I only jerried now that there's a 16th, or is that 32, 64? Semi-quaver rhythm is how I know it by. So I'm trying to put that in my sort of groove. It's a groove I learned from the Crumpers from like 2005. And then adding the snare in with a very accented move. Yeah, I should have kept on going with that before. Here I am back with my twisties. Going on the knees. I'm just trying to maintain that groove and that cadence and hit those snares. And I stay in the cut for as long as I can till I start to get bored, till I get myself into another position. So they say like the best kind of dancing is when you're not thinking. And I'm really trying not to think here, but I am listening. And I'm just trying to react to the new sounds that are coming in.
You are one with all that is. You are one with love.
Even sort of the releasing of the jacket, I try to do on the snare there. There you go, I'm trying to get that micro jig happening to those rhythms. Messing around with my Islander gestures, throwing things up, gesturing some kind of actual real life actions. So I don't know what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. Oh well, here I'm thinking of a start tetrahedron. Spun the upper half and the bottom half first, and then the upper half in separate directions. And now I'm doing like a twirly sort of trace body wave with the body. Just working with some different trace waves that I've learned over the years. Never really specialized in any of those styles, but yeah, look at that. It's sort of like buttery ankle roll into a sort of crazy legs spin down the bottom, pivot. Apologies again for the shoot. This phone doesn't work well in selfie mode. But if you just saw what happened before, yeah, like I kind of quickly moved across the floor to sort of depart from being in that position for most of the time. There I am with my trippy traces and box tutting. Should really learn some more of those techniques, hey? So that bass line for me really hits the chest. So I'm always sort of like dancing within that mid part before going into this micro jig again. See, I'm always here in the mid section. And even the mid levels of her voice, even though it registers in the mid to higher frequencies, it's where I feel it, in the chest. See, I am rubbing my chest again. Hear the night sing. So we've got about 30 minutes left. Take a look at that book if you're interested. Sort of one of my sources of inspiration. I'm referencing a lot of sort of the history of Filipinos when we were all still natives of particular tribes in different regions of the land.
Hey.
There I am tripping out on some like third eye mumbo jumbo. I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord forgive me, Lord forgive me, things they don't understand. Yo. Just trying to move with that guitar breakdown. Again, it really registers for me around the chest region. Trying to follow that bass pattern now, obviously. Trying to twist the form, you know, rather than just having the arms waving out. I'll try and twist into a position. Messing with the idea of puppet. And that the whole illusionary vibe that poppings, different styles, especially animation, can give the body, and concepts as well. So moments like this is really more for like really tripping people out with some illusionary forms of the dance. I always like to reach behind my neck. Then I'm going to a step out and, you know, I somehow managed to get into Drunken Master, as if the alcohol's dripped from the bottom of my heart, opened it up, broken, and then releasing the energy from my heart and then from my nuts. Bringing that energy from the base chakra up to the heart and back out. Creating these Z's and zigzags and shapes. I just really feel like I want to constantly undulate my body when I book to slow music. Yeah, like if you've ever seen that video Detours with damn, I've forgotten his name now. Elsewhere. Excuse me. I love watching that guy move his body because it looks so alien, you know. I never quite practiced that because I wasn't really listening or thinking about dancing that way. But yeah, Elsewhere. Mad shout outs to Elsewhere. There's a crazy OG there. Some real trippy styles. So even with this bad sound recording, you can hear that bass pulsate. It's very subby. For some reason, my reaction is that I should get down on the floor. That little exit there, you know, like an immediate stop as a quick surprise reaction, because I'm flowing so much, you know, it's important that I should stop here. You know, now I'm doing some like, I can't remember the name of the dancers, but they would chuck in these cool little poses through their Charleston flow. So I really think about grooving being the ability to like be in any position, it's usually standing, to just be funky and flow and vibe. It's like your heartbeat, it's like your pulse, you're pulsing, you're pacing to the music. My little breathe in foot technique there that I learned from Lamaroc, but I like to put into my boogaloo. Bit of shake a leg there that I learned from the Aborigines up north. So yeah, this awkward position here really is like, it should be an area that I explore more, yeah, and just getting into these trippy positions that look a little awkward, but can be made to look cool. Like, so like I did there, I was tying string and rope around my knees and opening it. I did it to my neck, doing some burn gestures for my up rocking, but still keeping in the cut there with that groove. Here I'm assembling a gun, I just put the magazine in and then shooting ya, putting a gun away on the shelf, and then just open up my heart, and that's all. I think that's all blood pouring out right now. Trying to recover some of that blood. And I think I just stitched up my heart there. Oh no, here I am. There's the string tied up, and stitch that heart wound up and dispose. They're not really a groove thing, but like, yeah, you know, some techniques that can help you with is the techniques you can learn from Lamaroc and rocking. That seems a little overreacted there, but maybe in real life, I can't remember, maybe the sounds I was really tuning into just sounded like real industrial, you know, that was getting crazy there. Turning the salt lamp on, turning on that antique dragon lantern thingy. Oh yeah, just do a little bit of a tumbling there. It'd be great to develop this concept of like your body slowly falling down and you're having to bring it back up. Now transfer that marching groove now to going back and forth, adding some in between rhythms there, like zigzagging around. Back to the march. On the 20-minute mark, it's hard when the beat's like this. It's not only a halftime breakdown, but the pattern isn't as predictable, which is typical of this kind of, you know, new music coming out. Even though I think this mix is a few years old already. So again, that hi-hat sound, cowbell kind of sound is what's dictating my groove. Oh, dum dum, dum dum dum. It's kind of reminding me of Khalees. Trick Me, but much slower. Get into this whole sort of like weird dancehall cowboy slash locking which away movement. Something I should really train a lot more. It's a nice burner move for battles, especially when you master them like the way the Go-Go Brothers have. Shout out to the Go-Go Brothers. They got this nice little flick. So with each Groovitate session, you know, like I try and, you know, utilize all the dance styles that I've learned. You know, here I am sort of trying to tell a story about like when you bring the leg up for a pose, you need to have the foot bent and not pointed, but then look where it led to. So Tree of Life pose. And you got a bit, you know, Southeast Asian there for a second. See, that's how you're supposed to do it when you lock. Yeah. Yeah. The foot flexed, not pointed. And actually I should really be leaning forward even more so that knee fits up underneath my armpit. Yeah, like that. So it's treating that knee up like it's a lock. In that case, it was a transition. Excuse me. I hear that drone. So quite naturally, I was dime stopping or stopping. So I wasn't dime stopping, I was stopping more. In that open hi-hat. See that funk face I got there when I hear that rolling bass. So I'm trying to figure out in my body that bass pattern, how I can move to that while keeping that hi-hat, open hi-hat sound. Let's see if I can get it. I'm just trying to figure it out with some ticking through my neck. This little funky section is nice too. And sometimes you just gotta freak out, you know, like your body's following some kind of rhythm. You're gonna eventually hit something. So I'd love to be able to be that good with my body that polyrhythmically one part of my body's moving to that bass and then another part of my body is following that original pattern that I was showing somebody. There we go, kind of getting there. Or, you know, like what you were just seeing there is me just trying to freak out and just catch that hi-hat out of it. Yeah. And then now it's really simplified. Hit the bass with my legs and then just sort of shamrock tippy toe up on the hi-hat. It's almost too much for the body to try and like kill the beat all the time, you know? And just trying to ride, in that groove, and then tucking in certain accents there that you want to make more obvious. You know, and there's some length in that sound there, real quick lengths. Yeah, that you can just sort of just pivot or slide. Here I'm messing around, like sort of doing a bit of theatrics here, like I was looking for something. You know, when you're battling, when you're performing, people are watching you, so you're in power. You can use some theatrics, and it can be real subtle. It doesn't need to be doesn't need to be over the top, so to speak. Yeah, check out my mix, Boogie Sao Sao, on mixcloud.com/Lamaroc, LAMAROC.
When listening, don't just listen with your mind, listen with your whole body. Feel the energy field of your inner body as you listen.
Listen with your whole body. So here I think Dame Funk's, After One is messing with, you know, popular sounds of the time. So this sounds very Dame Funk. The instruments sound the same. So tracks like this, I like to freak out to sometimes because it's sort of like it's such a hectic, sporadic bass line, but the beat in the back, it's a simple 2, 1, 2. Watch my arms try to follow that bass, and then the long synths as well, just really just smashing it all together. Yep, just something up there in the sky. Yep, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little looser now. Mess with some footwork there. Maybe, I should take some like footworking classes or tap or house, African maybe, to sort of help improve my footwork. But dance for me sort of just returned back to a serious hobby. Till I feel like battling again. Reaching the 30-minute mark here, guys. Got about 15 minutes. 15 minutes left, 10 minutes left. So you're gonna start noticing a pattern in these Groovitate episodes of me just jumping around in different styles. It allows me to access a beat a certain way. So my issue right now is when I am trying to focus on footwork, my upper body tends to suffer. So I'm going to try to be a bit more aware of that. That right hand looks like useless. The left hand's got a bit more vibe about it, which is weird because I'm right-handed. Look at that right hand, which is to your left. Look at it, it's dead. The left hand's a lot more active. Yeah, and it might be something as little as that some critic or some judge is going to stare at. So if it was positioned a little bit nicer, then it wouldn't be so obvious. Or it would be obvious that you're not moving it. Yeah, I find that strange. So I'm messing around with different footwork here. Top rocking, house technique, tap. Why I feel like top rocking and doing footwork to this part of the song, I don't know why. But it's how I felt at the time, so. Yeah, this is the jam. That percussion there, those high percussive ticks or whatever you want to call them, just lifts that drum beat. Sitting in the cut there, the basic groove. And here I am, I'm obviously trying to figure out that synth. Took me ages to figure it out, but I figured it out in this coming up section here. and then also trying to figure out those sort of wooden hollow percussion sounds, whatever they are, and trying to find a way to merge the two. I think I start to get it towards the end of the song. I think I've just realized something. When you're practicing your back and forths, that'll just get your body, oops, slip there, but that'll just get your body used to moving forward and back between two different points. So the more different positions you practice that, when you're just trying to follow a pattern, it doesn't matter where you are, you're already prepared to just work those patterns, because you've just figured out how to move back and forth from whatever position you're in and where it will take you. So it's less about, position changing and creating these poses, but more about like dancing and getting into a position and then dancing in the position until you get led out of that position to a new one. And I think that's what's going to help me actually with my flow and the way I look and my whole freestyle ability. So I just did some, indigenous traditional Filipino dance, and then tripped out into some new movement with these open palm twirls. And somehow now I'm here doing this trippy, weaving leg movements. They really suit that synth pattern. Under 10 minutes to go. Yeah, those twists with the knee up really work. If I could turn that into a style, hey. And see how I ran across the floor there and then moved back. It's really important that, when you're training, you're not always just staying in one spot. You're trying to change your orientation from front to the side to the back. Your position on the floor, use that floor up. Zoom across it, make your way back. And I've got a mirror. You can't where the camera is excuse me, where the camera is set up, it's actually like a whole length of top to bottom mirrors, and I look at them from the corner of my eye, but I try not to constantly look in the mirror, because you end up having a case of like studio dancer look neck. Your head stays facing frontwards and looks really stiff because you're so used to looking forward that you don't even dance with your head and neck anymore, express yourself. Here I am exploring my Austronesian route. Trying to groove to that semi-quaver rhythm. 16 16th notes, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. I'm trying to learn that open hi-hat pattern. Now I'm catching it. Doing a deliberate stop there for effect. Switch up the groove. Here I'm trying to figure out the bass, obviously, with my air guitar posturing there. There I am again with my theatrics, and in my head I'm tripping out on like whatever I'm tripping out on, like I'm looking for something, or kind of like what's going on here, like now I'm really looking for something here. With the beat. Last 5 minutes, guys. If you're still watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Soul music there, the shing-a-ling. Hold me. So hugging myself. I got no idea when the beat's gonna drop. I'm anticipating it. Oh, this pattern is intense. Chak, chak, doom, doom, chak, chak. So I think I kind of just try and let go from this point on. Funny that that's the lyric. I want to give everything. It's the kind of track you probably do need to give everything to. I'm obviously knackered by this stage. That look on my face now is more like it's a look of tiredness. And again, you're probably not going to hear a track like this at a battle. It's too, you know, chilled out. In terms of training, yeah, training to this stuff, you know, just broadens your horizons, I think, of what's possible with your own style of dance. It's like that vegetable that you just can't eat, but you're just challenging yourself to eat, you know. I don't think I'd be bumping this track anywhere else, but there you go, that jig there is nice. It's kind of like a trap, you know, double time jig. And so, yeah, there I am with my gestures again around the chest area. What I'm creating, I have no idea. But yeah, the camera is about to die, and I didn't realize it until I finished the full hour session. Last minute. And so yeah, there you go. Now we're looking at some really like almost Patsula African kind of dance vibes, yeah. So might look funny to some of you guys, but for me it feels good. So I'm gonna go with it. Even this here, I'm just like, it's almost like you're like, yes, just give everything. Tripping out. That's how we do in Groovitate. Been watching Groovitate episode 2. Thanks for watching. Check out future episodes coming soon. Peace. And by the way, if you like what you're seeing, please like. If you dislike it, hit smash the thumbs down button, and share and subscribe, guys. Peace out.